Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. Today I will solve Cambridge IGCSE past paper 4 October November 2022. Now let's start the paper. Question 1 part A. At a football club, season tickets are sold for seated areas and for standing areas. The cost of season tickets are in the ratio seated ratio standing equal to 5:3. The cost of season ticket for standing area is $45. Find the cost of season ticket for the seated area. You see here this is the ratio between seated and standing tickets cost. Now we write it as seated ratio standing ticket, that is 5:3. Now, in other statement, the cost of season ticket for standing area is $45. If the standing ticket cost is $45, then the cost of season ticket for seated area, we suppose that is X. Now we write it as 5/3. That ratio will be equal to X/45. Okay. Now we can write it as, now the value becomes X equal to 5/3 multiply 45. Now we solve it. We get 3 times 1 and 3 times 5 is 15, and we get 75. So very simple question. Now we go to the part second. In part second, in 2021, the value of team player was 2.65 million. In 2022, this value has decreased by 12%. In find the value in 2022. Here you see that the value in 2022 decreased 12%. Now we write it, the value in 2022, 12% decrease. Now we can write it as the original value is 2.65 million, and that value become decrease. Decrease we take minus here, and 12%, 12% of 2.65. You see here 2.65 written as it is, 12%, 12/100 multiply 2.65, and now we calculate it. 2.65 divided minus 12 divided by 100 multiply 2.65, that answer will be equal to 2.332. This is at 2.332. Now we write 2.332 million. Next, third part, the number of people at a football match is 1,455. This is 6.2% of total number of people allowed in the stadium. Find the total number of people allowed in the stadium. Now we suppose that that value is X. The total number of people allowed in stadium, total numbers of people allowed is told, that is X. And you see here this statement, the 6.25% of total. We can write it 6.25% of total number means X allowed in the stadium, that value will be equal to 1,450. Now we find the value of X, that is 6.25 over 100 multiply X equal to 1,455. Now X will be equal to 1,455 multiply 100, divided by 6.25. We calculate it. You see here, 1,455 multiply 100 divided by 6.25, we get to 23,280. 23,280. The average attendance increased exponentially by 4% each year for 3 years from 2016 to 2019. In 2019, the average attendance was 631. The average attendance for 2016. Find the average attendance. Now we suppose that that's the average attendance for 2016. Now the average attendance for 2016 is X, and in the next year 2017, we see here the attendance increase 4% each year. It means the average attendance for 2017 will be 104% of attendance of 2016. This is the 2016 attendance. We write it attendance of 2016. This is the attendance 2016 is that now 104% means 104 over 100 multiply x. That value becomes 1.04 x. And same as in 2018, the attendance will be 104% of attendance 2017. In 2017 attendance, you see here, this is the 2017 attendance. You can write it as 1.104% means 1.04. Multiply, this attendance is 1.04x. And this is, it becomes 1.04 square x. And same as the average attendance in 2019, that value will be 104% of attendance in 2018. Attendance in 2018. You see here, this is the attendance of 2018. We can write it as 104 over 100 multiply 2018 attendance is 1.04 square x. Okay, now 104 over 100 means 1.04 into 1.04 square x, that value is 1.042. And you see here, this is the 2019 attendance. The value of 2019 attendance is 1,631. 1,631. That value will be equal to 1.042 x. Now x becomes equal to 1,631 divided by 1.042. Now we take, you see here is 1,631 divided by 1.04 power 6. Now you see that 1,449 per month. 1,449.5. Now that's equal to 3 as a figure. That's equal to 1,450. In part B, another club sells season ticket for individual and for family. In 2018, the number of season tickets sold in the ratio family ratio individual equal to 2:7. The number of family season tickets sold is X. Write in terms of X. Write expression in terms of X for the number of individual season tickets sold. You see here the ratio between family and individual ticket sold family over individual. That ratio is given 2 over 7. And in the same, where the number of family season tickets sold X, it means if we take the another ratio, now we take the number of family tickets season tickets sold for X. If the number of family tickets is taken as X, then to find write an expression the number of individual season tickets. Now individual season ticket we have to find the expression individual. We can write it as individual tickets sold individual ticket sold that is equal to cross multiply with that 7x multiply 2 and we get individual tickets sold that is equal to 7x over 2. This is the answer 7x over 2. Okay, now in the second part, in 2019, the number of family season tickets sold increases by 12. The number of individual tickets sold decreases 26. Complete the table by writing expression in terms of X, the number of tickets sold each year. Now you see here in the part third, we complete the table by writing expression in terms of X, the number of tickets sold each year. You see here the 2018 the family ticket is X, individual tickets we already find. The number of individual tickets sold is 7 over 2x. We write it as 7 over 2x. In this statement, in 2019, the season tickets sold increases by 12. Now, the family season ticket increased by 12. We can write it as x plus 12. And same as here, in the next statement, the number of individual season tickets sold decreased by 26. Now the number of individual tickets in 2018 was 2 over 7 over 2x and it decreases by 36. We write it as minus 36. Very simple. Now in part third, in 2019, the number of individual season tickets is 3 times the number of family tickets sold. Write an equation in X, solve it to find the number of family tickets sold in 2018. Now here you see the season ticket, individual season ticket is 3 times the family season ticket. Now it means the individual season ticket value, that ticket value is 3 times. It means individual season ticket divided by family season tickets is 3 times means that is 3 when we divide it we get 3 because it is 3 times more. Individual season ticket is 3 times more to family ticket. Now we write the expression and to solve it. Here is the expression is individual ticket 7x 7 over 2x minus 26 divided by x plus 12 equal to. Now we simplify it. Now we cross multiply it. 7 over 2x minus 26 equal to 3 into x plus 12. 7 over 2x minus 26 equal to 3x plus 12 times 3 is 36. We can write it as 7 over 2x minus 3x, and that's equal to 36 plus 26. And now we solve this. 7 over 2 minus 3 over 1, we get 7x minus 6x, that's equal to 62. Yes, 62, 36 plus 26 is 62. Now we multiply, cross multiply, we get 7x minus 6x equal to 2 multiplied 62. So x equal to 2 2 times 6 is 12, 124. Okay, this is the answer. Question 2. All the lengths in the sequestered are measured in centimeters. These are the lengths given. This is the width and this is the length of the cuboid, and this is the height of the cuboid. Now, the diagram shows a solid cuboid with square base. The volume of cuboid is v equal to x squared into 9 minus x. The table shows some values. V4, x is from 0 to 9. So these are the x values, and below the volume values. Complete the table. It's very simple. We have to find the value at x equal to 2. Now, here is the v equal to x squared into 9 minus x. We put x equal to 2. There we put x equal to 2. We get 1 v will be equal to 2 squared into 9 minus. Now we get 4 into 9 minus 2 is 7, and that is equal to 28. And this is the 28. Next part is on the grid. On the opposite page, draw the graph of v equal to x squared into 9 minus x for x from 0 to 9. Now, we draw the graph in the next page. You see here the graph. On the x-axis, this is the length, shows x length on x-axis, the length of base length of the divide, and this is the volume, and this on y-axis. Now I copied the values from previous page here. These values given: x is 0, y volume is 0, x is 1, volume is 1. Firstly, we see that one small scale value on the x-axis. What is the value of this? You see here, this is the total number of square is 5. X-axis, x-axis on x-axis, 5 small square equal to 1 unit. It means one small square will be equal to 1 over 5. That value equal to 0.2. Okay. Now, one square shows 0.2 units. And in the volume on y-axis, you see here that the y-axis, we write it as y-axis. On y-axis, 10, 5 small square, 1, 2, 3, 4 equal to 10. In other words, 10 small square, you see here, this is the 10. 10 small square equal to 20. It means the one small square will be equal to 20 over 10. You get 2 units. Therefore, it shows 2 cubic centimeter values, and that is 2. Now we draw the points. We on x what v is on v x when x is 0, v is 0. We point mark this point. Second point, x is 1, y is v is 8. You see here this is the 1, x is 1, and y v is 8. It means this is 1 2 unit 4 6 and 8. This point shows the 8. This value is 8. Now you find this mark this point. Next is 2 and 28. Now this is 2 and 28. This value, the one small scale unit shows 2, 2 centimeters square. It means when the x is 2, that value is 28. 28 is 22, 24, 26, 27, and this value is 28. We have it 28. On 2, that value is 28. Remark it. Next is 3 is, when x is 3, b is 54. Remark 3, and that value is 50, and this is 52, and that value is 54. Okay? Because one small square shows 2 units. Now next is we can write it as also 28 and 54. Next is 4 is 80. Now 4, we mark 80 here. This point is 80. Point 4, the value is 80. Point 5 is the value is 100. Point 5, this is 5. 5, that value is 5 is 100. This point is okay. Now we move to these values up. Now we see that that's value 6. We write it as 6, and that is 7, 7, and that is 8, and that value is 9. So now we enlarge this graph to see here when the value is 6. You see here this is 108, 108. On 6, 108. This value is 100, 102, 104, 106, and that value is 108. You can mark there. After this, 7 is 98. That value is 7 and 98. That is 98. So mark it 7 against 98. Next is 8 is 64. I write the x-axis value on upside because I want to draw these values from these values. From these upward values, we can draw easily the graph. Now, 8 is 64. 8 is 64. That is value, 62, 64. That is 64. 8 is 64. That is 64. Okay. Next is 9 is 0. Very simple. 9 is 0. Now, there. Now, we join these points. Okay. We join upward points. You should draw these graph by hand free. If you draw the curve by freehand, you can draw easily. Okay. Now the drawing. This is the graph of the volume. Now next part is we show that the total surface area of cuboid is 36x minus 2x squared. Okay. Now the surface area of cuboid formula is, you know very well, 2 times length into width plus 2 times L into H plus 2 times WH. This is the formula of total surface area. When you add the area of surfaces, you get this formula. Okay. Now we see that. Now you see here, this is the length, this is the width of the cuboid, and this is the height of the cuboid. Now we substitute the value. Length is given is x, okay, 2 into x. Width is given here is also x. Now we write it x into x plus 2 times of length is x, height is 9 minus x, and plus 2 times w is x, height is, this is the height, 9 minus x, okay. Now we simplify it, 2x square plus 2 times 9 is 18x minus 2x square plus 19x, sorry, 18x and minus 2x square. Okay, 2x square will be cancelled. Now 18x plus 18x, 36x minus 2x square. And thus it is proved that that is value, that expression is 26x minus 2x square. Next part, find the surface area when the volume of cuboid is maximum. Now this when the surface is, when the volume of cuboid is maximum, we have to find the surface area. You see in the graph you see that volume, these values are the these are the volume values of the volume. You see as the volume is maximum at this point. Okay, and this is the point when x is 6. At this position, volume is maximum, and that is the length at which the volume is maximum. Therefore, we write it x equal to 6. Now the volume is maximum at x equal to 6. Now to find the volume by using this formula, total surface area, to find the surface area at this position, volume will be, surface area will be equal to 36x minus 2x square. Now 36 into x is 6 minus 2x square. We have 36 times into 6x square. That is equal to 36 times 6. We find it 36 into 6 minus 2 into x square. We get 144. This is the surface area when the volume is maximum. In question 3, Kai and Ann carry out a survey on the attendance on the distance traveled in kilometers by 200 cars. Kai completes this frequency table for the data collected. Distance, here is the distance of the journey, and these are the frequencies 7, 33, 76, 52, 32, and we have to calculate the estimate of mean. It's very simple. The mean is, the mean formula is the summation of frequency multiplied by class mass divided by frequency. Now, This is the sum of values divided by number of values. From this formula, we can find E. Firstly, we have to find X. X is the class mark. The middle value of the data we see here, this is the middle value, 80 plus 100 divided by 2, we get 90. Same as 100 plus 150 divided by 2, we get 125. 150 plus 200, that's equal to 350, and the middle value will be 175. And the middle value of this 250. The middle value of 300 is 400 is 200. 350. Okay? 300. Now multiply these values. This is the f, this is x. Now f into x, we multiply it. 9 multiply 7. Multiply 90 multiply 7. We get 630. Same as 125 multiply 33. 4125. Next, 175 multiply 76. That's answer is 13,330. Sorry, 300. This is 300. Next is 250 multiply 52. 250 multiply 52. We get 13,000. Next is 350 multiply 32. The answer is 11,200. Now we add these values. 630 plus 4,125 plus 13,300 plus 13,000 plus 11,200. We get 42,255. 42,255. We write it 42,255 divided by total frequency. Here is the frequency given 200 parts. Therefore, the total frequency will be 200. We divided by 200. This is the value of summation. Now we divided by 200. The answer is 211.275. 211.275. Now if we write it 3 as a value, now that value is 211. This is the answer. Now the next part. In the part second, and uses this frequency table for the same data, there is a different interval for the final group. Here is the data. 80 to 100 is 7, 100 to 150 is 33, and so on. Without calculating an estimate of the mean for this data, find the difference between n and chi's estimate of the mean. You must show all your values. Now you see here, this is the chi data. You see here 80 to 107 and 33, 76, 52, 32. You see here this is the 300 to 400. This data is 300 to 400 and this data is 300 to 360. And this is the difference between chi and and data. Now we have to calculate the mean for this data without estimate mean. Now we find the difference between n and prime estimate mean. You see here, this is the when you multiply 350 to 32, 352 multiply 32. This is the sum of value for this interval. And in this interval, 300 to 360, the middle value will be 330. And the sum will be 330 multiplied 32. Now we take the difference between these two values. Here we get 32 is taken as a common, then 350 minus 32 is 20, and that is value is 640. Now, when we divide this by 200, 640 divided by 200, we get 32 over 10, and that is 3.2. The difference between mean and pi data is 3.2. And you see here, and this is the answer. We have to show the difference between ant and pi estimate of the 3.2 kilometers. Okay. Now, next part. In part third, a histogram is drawn showing the information in Kite frequency table. The height of the block for the interval B from 200 to 300 is 2.6. Calculate the height of the block for each of the following intervals. Now, now in histogram chart, when the height is taken, the height is equal to frequency divided by numbers of class intervals. Number of class intervals means we take a standard class interval, and that class interval, and we see that how many class standard class interval in each interval. Suppose here is 200 to 300. We see that how many class intervals exist in this interval. Now here is the height is given 2.6. You see that 2.6. The frequency between 200 to 300 is given 52. You see in the table 52 divided by number of class intervals. This is the standard class interval. Numbers of standard class interval. Okay. Now the standard class interval will be valued class intervals. Numbers of class intervals, that is equal to 52 divided by 2.6. Now divide 52 divided by 2.6. The answer is 20. And 20 is the number of class interval, standard class interval in 200 to 300 interval. It means the number of intervals 200 to 300 is 20. Now the standard class interval size, standard interval, it would be in 100 which is 20. It means when we divide 100 by 20, we get 5. This is the standard is 5. Now, firstly, we find the number of intervals here. In 80 to 100, the difference is 20. When we divide by 20 by 5, we get 4 number of class intervals. 4, that is 4. And same as 150 to 200, the number of interval will it would be 50 divided by 5. Now the 10th number of class intervals. And 300 to 400, the difference is 100, and same as 100 divided by 5, we get 20. These are the number of class intervals exist between 80 to 100 is 4, 150 to 200 is 10, and 300 to 400 is 20. Now to find height, we divide the frequency divided by 4. Here is the frequency divided by 10 and the frequency divided by 20. We see the frequency between 80 to 100. You see here the frequency between 80 to 100 is 7 over 4, and frequency between 150 to 200 is 76 over 10, and same as frequency between 300 to 400 is 32 over 10. Now we divide 7 divided by 4, we get 1.7, and 76 over 10, that is 7.6. 32 divided by 20, we get 1.6 centimeter. You can calculate with the calculator. Now go to the part B. In part B, one car is picked at random. Find the probability that car has traveled more than 300 kilometers. Now the probability formula, the variable outcome divided by total outcome. Now the probability of the car that traveled more than 300 kilometers, we write it more than 300 kilometers. We see that the total frequency here is the 300, that value is 300, more than 300 is 32. The total number of cars, 32, traveled more than 300 kilometers out of 200. Now this is the formula, given frequency divided by total frequency. From the frequency table, the probability you will find in this way, frequency divided by total frequency. Now that value is 4, 5 are 20, same as 4 times 2 times 4, that is 4 over 25. Now you have to calculate, you can calculate from the calculator. 4 over 25 is the answer. Part C, two of cars are picked at random. Find the probability that both cars have traveled 150 kilometer or less. You see here in the table, this is the 150 kilometer, and in this statement, the car is traveling 150 kilometer or less. You see here the 150 kilometer or less, that value is 33 plus 7. Total number of the frequency is given is 33 plus 7, that is equal to 40. Now, first probability is when the first car, the probability of first car into probability of second car. The probability of first car multiplies probability of second car. Now we see that the probability of first car will be here is that there are 40 cars out of 200 travel 150 kilometer or less. Into when you take second car, one car will be less. Now you see here that here is the total number of cars was 40. Now one car is already chosen, therefore 39 cars will be left out of 191. And you can calculate it. 40 multiplied 39 divided by 200 divided by 199. 39 divided by 990. 39 This is the Now next part is one car has traveled more than 200 kilometers, other car has traveled 100 kilometers or less. Now the probability of One car more than 200 and second car less than 100 or less than 100 kilometers. 100 or less than. Now, first car probability you see here the more than 200 kilometer. More than 200 kilometer, the data will be. You see here these are the two values more than 200 kilometer. We write it 52 plus 32 divided by 200 into multiply probability of the car which travel 100 or less. Now this is the probability of, you can write it as probability of more than 100. It can travel more than 100. Multiply probability of 100 or less than 100. Now the cars travel less than 100 kilometer. You will see here is the in this table you see here this the less than 100 is 7 cars. Now you see here the car travel the number of cars travel less than 100 kilometer is 7. There is 7 out of 200, not 200 because one car is already present here in the more than 100 kilometer probability. Therefore, 199 cars. Now we write it as 484 over 200 multiply 7 over 199. Now that's value equal to 4.2, 21 over 50 multiply 7 over 100. This is the answer. In question 4, part A describes fully single transformation that bears shape A onto B. Now here this is the shape A and this is the shape B. Now we see here the transformation of A onto B, the size of the image is same and the orientation is also same. It means the shape A is translated to shape B. Now we see that how many units horizontally and vertically transferred. We take a point where is this point taken as A1 and we see that this is point A1. Now we see how many units shift from shift along horizontally and we count it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. Now again we count it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and we move downward. We write it 7 from horizontally. Now we move downward. -1, -2, -3, -4, -5, -6, -7, -8. Now we write it -8. Okay, this is the translation. Okay, and the translation vector is 7 -8. Now you see shape A onto shape C. You see here, same, therefore it means this is the rotational transformation. Now to find the rotational transformation, firstly we have to find the center of rotation. Now to find the center of rotation, uh, firstly we drawing the object points and image points of these figures and after this we take the perpendicular bisector and at which the point perpendicular bisector means that point is the rotational center of rotation. Now I join these points. Firstly, the point, this point is, I take it, this point, take this point, object point, and this is the image. I join this Now this is the perpendicular bisector, this line. You can draw this by compass. Now we make the perpendicular bisector between these 2 points. Okay. Okay. Now we take the perpendicular bisector of this line, and this will be the perpendicular bisector. Both these perpendicular bisector meet at this position, and this point is 0, 8. Now we write it with the name 0, 8. 0, 8 is the center of rotation. Now we see that the angle of rotation of object A to object image of A is C. Now we find the angle of rotation. You see here this is the object point and this is the image point. That object shifts from this point to this, and the total angle between this you see here this is the angle of rotation. Sorry, point center of rotation, and from center of rotation to that point, this line makes 90 degree. You see here, this is the 90-degree anti-clockwise. Now, the transformation is 90-degree anti-clockwise. You write it as the center is 0.8, and the transformation is 90-degree anti-clockwise. 90-degree anti-clockwise. This is the answer. Now you see here, shape A onto shape B. Shape A onto shape B. A to B. You see here, this shows that this is the enlargement figure. This is the the you see here the object is shape A is diminished at B. Therefore, this is the enlargement. Now the enlargement. Firstly, we have to find the center of enlargement. Now to find the center of enlargement, we join the object point to image point, and where these lines meet, that is the center of enlargement. Okay, now I join these lines. Suppose I take it as in red color. This is the image point, object point, and this is the image point. I join it. Next is the I take the next point. This point I take it, and we draw the line from object to that image point you see here. Okay. Now this is the image point, and that is the point. Now you see here these both points meet at the position. This is the position. This point is called center of enlargement, and this is the minus 1, 4. Minus 1, minus 4 is the center of enlargement. Now to find the enlargement factor, you see here the shape size. We take 2 points, so that is the we name it as A1 into A2, and that is A1 dash into A2 dash. This is the A2 dash. Now we take the length A1, A2 dash, our A1, A2. You see here the A1, A2, 1 dash, sorry, is 1 unit divided by this is the 2 units, 1 and 2. Therefore, the scale factor is 1 over 2. Now we write the answer is minus 1 minus 4 is the center of enlargement. Minus 1 minus 4 is center of enlargement. and scale factor is 1/2. Okay. Now next part on draw the image of shape A after reflection in the line y equal to x plus a. Now to draw the image of shape A after reflection in the line y equal to x plus 8. Firstly, we draw the line x plus 8. We take 2 points. Now one is x equal to 0. We get y equal to 0 plus 8 is 8. Now we take y is 0. The x value will be minus 8. These are the 2 points. One is 0, 8. Another is minus 8, 0. Now we mark this point minus 8, 0. This is the minus 8, 0. And this point is 0. We join these points and we get the line y equal to x plus 8. We join it. This is the reflection line y equal to x plus 8. And to find the reflection of shape A against the reflection line y equal to x plus 8. Now firstly we mark the point. You see here this point is, so we take first point, this is A2, A3, I name it A3. Now you see here this is the distance between perpendicular distance. Now you take same distance in opposite side. That is the point. This is the point and this is the point of A3. This is the A3 dash. Now the point is A4. This point is not name is A4. You see here this A4, it lies on the line, therefore this remains at this position. And second reflection of A1, you see here this is the 2 unit from the line. Now you move 2 unit downward, 1, 2, and that is the point A1, the A1 dash. And same as A2, this point is 1 unit from reflection line. You make the point and you mark the point downward by using scale, by using the same length. And now we see that that is half unit diagonally and we move half unit diagonally. This is the point, second point. And last is the third point. I see here this is the 1 unit. Now I mark by red line. This is the 1 unit and we move 1 unit down. And these are the points. Okay. And now I join these points and this is the shape E. We name it is E. Okay. And this is the reflection of shape A from the line y equal to x plus 8 is E. Okay, now go to the next question. In question 5, the diagram shows the speed time graph for two vehicles, a bus and a car. Here is the speed time graph of a car. This is the dark line shows the graph of the car, and this is the graph of the bus shows in dotted line. Calculate the acceleration first 18 seconds. To find the acceleration by speed time graph, we take the gradient in this interval of the graph. Now we see here from 0 to 18 seconds, the gradient of this graph is this. Now we mark the line here. I mark the line. This is the line with in the interval from 0 to 18. And in this graph, the gradient of this line will be the vertical distance divided by the horizontal distance. I take the vertical distance. This is the vertical distance 24 to minus 10. I write it 24 minus 10 vertical distance, and horizontal distance 0 to 18 is 18 minus 0. This is the gradient and this is the acceleration of the graph. We get 14 over 18 and that is equal to 7 over 9 meter per second square. In part second, in first 40 seconds, the car traveled 134 meters more than the bus. Find the constant speed of the car. Here the distance traveled by car and the distance traveled by bus. The difference between is 134 meters. Here we see that this is the speed time graph of the car. We find the area. To find the area, we divide this shape into two portions. One is the trapezium, another is the rectangular. Now, area of the trapezium plus the area of this rectangle, second rectangle, we name it as B. Now, when we add these two areas, we get the total distance of the car traveled during the first 40 seconds. Now, we see here 0 to distance traveled by car 0 to 10, 0 to 10 sec 18 seconds plus distance traveled by car 0 to 18 to 40 seconds minus distance traveled by bus. Now, firstly, we find the area of trapezium. Area of trapezium is equal to 1 over 2 sum of parallel side into height. 1 over 2 a plus b into height plus area of rectangle is length into width. Now here we see here the parallel side length. We see here this is the 24 length, parallel length, and second is 10. This is 24 plus 10, and this is the height. Now we can write this 24 plus 10 into height is 18 plus the distance traveled by 18 to 40 seconds. This is the interval is 22. Okay, and the height is 24. Now we can write this 22 multiply 24 minus the distance traveled by bus. You see here, this is the dotted line, and this dotted line, the shape is area of rectangle, and we take the area. The length is 40, and height is V. This you see here, this is the V, and this length is 40. Now we multiply 40 by V, 40 multiply V. This is the distance covered by bus. That's equal to 134, and we write it 134. Now we multiply 2 times minus 18. Now that value becomes 40V will be equal to 9. Multiply 10 plus 24 is 34 plus 22 multiply 24 minus 134. Now we get 9 multiply 34 plus 22 multiply 24 minus 134. The answer is 700 minus 134. Sorry, 700. This answer is 700. Now we divide it. 700 divided by 700 by 40, we get 70 over 4. 70 divided by 4. Answer 17.5 meter per second. Now the next part, B, the train takes 10 minutes 30 seconds to travel 16,240 meters. Calculate the average speed of the train. Give your answer in kilometers per hour. You see here, this is the distance 1,600, 16,240 meters, and you have to find the speed in kilometer per hour. Firstly, we convert into kilometer. Now we divide it. It's was 16,200 by 250 divided by 1,000. We get 16.24 kilometers. And the time is given here 10 minutes plus 30 seconds. Now, firstly, you have to convert into hours. You know, when you convert into minute into hour, you get 10 over 6. 60. That's the hour. Plus 30 second into hour. 30 divided by 60 into 60, not 3600. It's a very simple way when you convert second, minute, and hour. When you convert second into minute, you divide it by 60, and when you convert second into hour, you divide it by 60 into 60. And same as when you convert minute to hours, you will divide by 60 only. Okay. Now here we find the fraction 10 over 60 divided by 1 over 6 plus 3 divided 360. 7 over 40. This is the answer, 7 over 40 hours. Okay. Now the speed will be equal to average speed is equal to total distance divided by total time. Here is the total distance 16.240 divided by time is 740. Now 16.24 divided by 7 divided by 40, the answer is 92.8. Sorry, 9.28 is not the answer. 92.8 is the answer. Now 92.8 kilometer per hour. Okay, now we go to next question. Question 6, part A, solve 4x plus 15 equal to 9. Therefore, 4x equal to 9 minus 15. Then that is equal to minus 6. 4x equal to minus 6. X equal to minus 6 over 4. And that is equal to minus 3 over 2. And we can write it as minus 1.5. That's the answer. Second part B, factorize a square minus 9 square. You see here 20 terms is given, and if you factorize it, you will take, you see there the square of both terms. Here is the a square and here is the 3 square. Now you can write it a plus 3 into a minus 3. This is the identity formula you use here. A square minus b square equal to a plus 3 a minus 3. Okay. Now we go, next part is C. In this right single fraction 4a divided by 5, we can write it as multiply. When the multiply, the numerator and denominator shift. Denominator become numerator and numerator become denominator. PAD. Now A will be cancelled. Here is, so 5 times 2 is 10. Now therefore the result becomes 4 times 2 is 8. 8C over 3D. Now we can write it as 8 over 8C over 3D. In part D here 5n plus 5n, 5n plus 5n equal to 5n. 5 minutes question and in time question. Here you see here the 5n is taken as a common. We get 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1. That's equal to 5n. Cover n. Now that's 5n. And that value becomes 5. Now the 5n will be equal to 5 power n. That is 5 power n into 5 power n. That it becomes 5 power n plus 1 equal to 5 power n. Both cases are same. Now we can write it n equal to n plus 1. Okay. Now part E. 4x square plus 8x minus 5. Let's try it. Firstly, we multiply the coefficient of x squared to the constant. We get minus 20. Now we make the factor of 20. 2 times 10 is 20. And these two factors we use here to for midterm rating. Here we write it as 4x square plus 10x minus 2x, we get 8, and when we multiply, we get minus 20. Now, minus 5 is written as it is. Now we take common 2x, that becomes 2x plus 5. And so here is taken, take 1 as a common, minus 1, and it becomes 2x plus 5 equal to 0. That's 2x plus 5 x plus 5 into 2x minus 1 equal to 0. However, 2x plus 5 equal to 0 and 2x minus 1 equal to 0. And the value will be x equal to minus 5 over 2 and that's x equal to 1 over 2. And the answer is minus 5 over 2 into 1 over 1 over 2. Part F, y is directly proportional to x plus 3 whole cube. When x equal to 2, y equal to 13.5. Find x when y equal to 108. Now y is directly proportional to, we write it as y directly proportional to x plus 3 whole cube. Now the proportionality will become equality. We use the constant k here, x plus 3 whole cube. Now we substitute the value y is equal to 13.5. That is equal to k into x is 2 plus 3 whole cube and k will be equal to 13.5 over 5 power 3. Now the value of k is calculated 13.5 divided by 5 cube. We take 27 over 250. 27 over 250 is the answer. Now the equation becomes y equal to 227 over 250 into x plus 3 whole cube. Now find x when y is 108. Y is 108, 27, 250 into x as it is plus 3 whole cube. Now 108 multiply 250 divided by 27 equal to x plus 3 whole cube. Now we calculate it. 108 multiply 250 divided by 27, we get 1000. Now x plus 3 whole cube will be equal to 1000. We take cube root on both sides, we get x plus 3 and cube root of 1000, we get 10. The cube root of 2 will be cancelled, x plus 3 equal to 10, x equal to 7. In the next part, g is inversely proportional to square of t. When b is half, the value of g is multiplied by a factor n. Now we take g is inversely proportional to 1 over square of t. Therefore, g will be equal to k over d square. In the second, b is half. Now the formula g is equal to k over d square. If b is half, that becomes b k over d over 2 whole square. And g is multiplied by factor n, that is equal to ng. Now ng will be equal to k square k over d square over 4. Now this value ng will be equal to 4k over d square. You see that this k over d square, and this is also k over d square. The value of k over d square is g. We write it as ng equal to 4g. G will be cancelled and equal to 4 is the answer. In the g part, 2x plus 3 into x minus 1 into x plus 3, we have to expand and simplify. Firstly, we multiply these two. We write it 2x plus 3 as it is, and multiply x into x and x into 3, we get x squared plus 3x. Then we multiply 1 and multiply by 3, we get minus 1x. Minus 1 into multiply 3 minus 3. The 2x plus 3 into x squared plus 2x minus 3. And again, we expand it. 2x cubed plus 4x squared plus minus 6x. Then after this, multiply by 3, 3x squared plus 6x minus 9. Okay, 6x will be cancelled. The answer is 2x cubed plus 4x plus 3x squared plus 7x squared minus 9 is the answer. Part F, find the derivative of y equal to 3x squared plus 4x minus 1. Now the formula of derivative x power n, you know, x power n is equal to nx power n minus 1. Therefore, the derivative of d over dx of y will be equal to d over dx of 3x squared plus 4x minus 1. Now the derivative of x squared is 2x. From the formula we use there, plus 4x is 4 into 1 minus 6x plus 4 is the answer. Question 7, part A. Calculate the angle PQR of length PQ is small r and RQ is small p and PR is small q. Now to find the angle, we see here there are three sides given. Therefore, we use the cosine rule. In the cosine rule, the p square will be equal to r square plus q square minus 2qr cos the angle between them. This is the cos p. QPR, you can say QPR. Therefore, p square value we substitute 38.2 whole square. R is 46.5 whole square plus q square is written as q square is 39.4 whole square minus 2 times of q is 39.4 into r is 46.5 into cos QPR. QPR this angle. Now cos QPR will be equal to 38.46.5 whole square is written as it is plus 39.4 whole square is written as it is minus 38.2 whole square. We shift from left to right side and these values from right to left side. 2 into 39.4 into the 46.5. We divide this value 2 into 39.4 into 46.5. We get cos QPR. Here these values are 46.5 square plus 39.5 square 4 square minus 38.2 square divided by 2 divided by 39.4 and 46.5. We get the answer is 0.615. Now we take the cos inverse shift and the cos inverse answer we get 52.0 degree. This is the answer 52.01 degree. Now in the next part find the distance from Q to PR. Now the distance from Q to PR, you see it here, this is the point Q and this is the line PR. The shortest distance is the perpendicular distance from a point on a line. Now you see here, this is the point Q and we draw a perpendicular. Suppose we draw a perpendicular this. Now this perpendicular length will be the shortest. Now suppose that it meets the point S. Okay. Now this is the perpendicular. Now we draw the right angle triangle below here. This is the PSQ. Now you see here PQ is 46.5 and the angle QPS QPR we already find. Therefore the angle QP here the angle QPR, this is the QPR, this angle is already found. This is 52.01 degree. Now we take this angle here 52.01. Now to find the height, this is the shortest distance QS. Now here the ratio opposite side our hypotenuse H over 46.5 is equal to sine 52.01 degree. Now the H will be equal to 46.5 multiply sine 52.01. It's this sine 52 46.5 multiply sine 52.01. Now the angle is 36.6 degree. Now the diagram P shows a cuboid. Calculate the length AG. For this length, to find the length AG, this is the AG length. Firstly, we have to find the length AC, base length AC. When we calculate AC, we can find AG easily. You see here, AG square will be equal to AC square plus CG square. And AC square is we have to find and CG square is 20 square. Now we see that this is the right angle triangle ABC and this is the right angle triangle ABC. You see here is the AC square will be equal to AB square plus BC square. We use the Pythagoras theorem because this is the right angle triangle. Now AB square is 29 square, BC square is 21 square. The answer is 29 square plus 21 square, that's equal to 1282. Now we write this value 1282 plus 20 square is 400, that's 1682 AG square. Now the AG will be equal to square root of 1682. Square root of 1662, that the answer is 41.01. 41.01 is the answer. Now calculate the angle between AG and the base ABCD. You see here this is the base ABCD and base line is AG. Now we have to find the angle. This angle we have to find. Now you see that the ACG is a right angle triangle. ACG, this is the ACG. ACG is right angle triangle. Here the that's length is 20 centimeter and that length is 1282 square root. Now we take the tan inverse 20 over 1 to 8 to square root, we get the angle theta. This angle we say is theta. Now this is the required angle. We calculate it. That's the 29.18 degree. This is the 29.18, 19. You can say 29.2 degrees the angle is here. The diagram shows the position of the lighthouse and two ships K and M. The bearing of L from K is 155 degree and KL is 112 kilometer. K from M is 0, 10 degree and KML is 96 degree. Find the bearing and distance of ship M from the lighthouse L. Now, firstly, here the bearing of L from K is 155 degree. We mention here. This is the anti-clockwise angle from north to that point. This is the angle 155 degree. And second is the bearing of K from M. Now the bearing of K, this is the K point from M. Now we take the north on M and the angle in clockwise direction from north to that line. And this is the 10 degree. Okay. After this, we see that we have to find the bearing of point M from the lighthouse side. Now the bearing of point N from L, now we draw the north here. This is the north on L. Okay. Now you see here this angle from the north of L to that line on which point M lies. This is the clockwise in the clockwise direction. Now you see, firstly, to find the bearing of M from L, firstly, here we east and west direction on point K and M. Now I draw the east and west direction. You see here. Now here, this is the. You see here, these two north are parallel to each other. These are the alternate angle. These are the alternate angle that is equal to 10 degree. Okay. Now we write it as in blue 10 degree. Now you see here the total angle from this, the remaining angle will be, you see here the total angle is 180 degree, the remaining angle will be 180 minus 55 is 25 degree. Okay. Now the angle MKL, this is the MKL angle, because when we subtract 180 minus 155 we get 25. Now this angle MKL becomes 35 degree. Okay. Now when we subtract 180 minus 96 minus 35, one 80 minus 96 minus 35, the 49 degree is the angle. This angle is 49 degree. And you know that angle, these two parallel lines, this is and this line, these are parallel. The angle alternates angle. Now these two lines are parallel, therefore this angle is alternate angle. Now we write it as 20 5 degree is the alternate angle. You see here this line and this line. The angle will be this 25 degree. Total angle here is 25. Now this angle is 25. Now we can find the angle NLM when we subtract from 360 degree minus we subtract 49 and 25 from 360 degree. That value will be equal to 360 degree minus 49 minus 25, 286 degree, and this is the 286 degree angle, and this is the bearing of M from L. We have to find the distance of M from the lighthouse, the distance of ship M from the lighthouse. Now we have to find the distance. This is the distance we have to find. Now we suppose that is x distance. Now here we make a triangle again. When two angles and two sides relationship, we use the sine rule. In the sine rule, 112 over sine 96 will be equal to x over, this is the x over sine 35 degrees. This is the total length is 35 degrees. Now we calculate it. 112 multiplied sine 35 divided by sine 96. The answer is 112 multiply sine 35 divided by sine 96. The answer is 64.59. Now we can write it 64.6 kilometer is the distance. Question 8. AB is a line with midpoint M. A is the point 23 and M is the point 12.7. Find the coordinates of B. We draw a line AB. This is the line AB. Now the coordinate of A is 2, 3. And the coordinate of B we have to find. We name it x2, y2. And the midpoint M is 12, 7. Now calculate the coordinate of P. Now the midpoint formula is x equal to x1 plus y1 over 2 and y equal to y1 plus y x1 plus x2 over 2, y1 plus y2 over 2. Now we substitute the value here. X equal to, this is x and y. Now this x is 12, x1 is 2 and x2 is x2 over 2. And same as y is 7, y1 we scored at 3 and y2 is written as it is over 2. Now we find this value. The process is showing here. 12 times 2 is 24, 2 plus x2. That x2 will be equal to 22 and same as y7 equal to 3 plus y2 over 2. It means 2 7 that 14. Now 3 plus y2 and that's equal to y2 is equal to 14 minus 3 is 11. And this point is 22, 11 is the end point. Now the show that the part B show that the equation of perpendicular bisector AB is 2y plus 5x equal to 74. Now we draw here is a line again. Now to find the equation of perpendicular bisector, it means the line which passing through the point M, and this line is perpendicular to AB. Therefore, to find the equation of perpendicular bisector, firstly we find the gradient of this line. Now the gradient of perpendicular bisector will be equal to minus 1 over gradient of AB. Now we suppose the gradient of AB is MAB. Now firstly we find the gradient of AB. This is the vertical y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Here y2 and x2, and this is x1 y1. Now we find 11 minus 3 divided by 22 minus 2. Now we get 8 over 20. That value is 4 over 4 2 are 8 and 4 5 are 20. 2 over 5. Therefore, the gradient of MAB is 2 over 5. The gradient of perpendicular bisector will be minus 1 over 2 over 5. That value is minus 5 over 2. Now to find the equation of perpendicular bisector, we substitute the value here. Y minus y1 equal to m into x minus x1. This is the equation of line. Here x1 y1 is the point where the line passes. At this point the line is passing. Therefore, the x1 y1 is 12, 7. M is minus 5 over 2. X minus x1, x1 is 12. We multiplied by this 2y minus 14, we get minus 5x plus 60. And that's equal to 2y plus 5x equal to 74. And we have to prove this. In the part C, the perpendicular bisector AB passes through the point N. The point N has the coordinates 2, N. Now we suppose that this is the point N. And this point N, the coordinates is 2N. When any point passing through the line, that point satisfied the equation. And this is the equation of perpendicular bisector line. Therefore, we substitute the value 2n in this equation. Now 2y plus 5x equal to 74. Now x is 2 and y is n. 2n plus 5 into 2 equal to 74. Then 2n will be equal to 74 minus 10 is 64, and n will be equal to 32. This is the answer. Now part D, points A, M, and form a triangle. Find the area of the triangle. Area of triangle A, N, M. Now we join it, A to N, and this is the triangle. We have to find the area in triangle A, N, M. That's equal to 1 over 2 base into height, and base length is AM. AM length is equal to x2 minus x1 whole square, 12 minus 2 whole square, plus y2 minus y1 whole square, 7 minus 3 whole square, and take the square root. To get 10, 12 minus 2, 10, 10 square is 100, and 7 minus 3, 4, 4 square is 60, and that is equal to 116. And same as the height, to find the height is equal to, you see here, these are the 2 points, 2 and 32, and 12 and 7. 2, 32 and 12, 7. We take the difference, 12 minus 2 whole square plus 7 minus 32 whole square, and this is the height length. The 10 square is 100 plus 7 minus 32 is 25. 25 square is 625. That's the square root of 725. Now we substitute the value 1 over 2 square root of 116 into square root of 725 to get the square root of 116 multiply square root of 725 divided by 2 to get 145. 145 is the area of this triangle. This is the answer. In question 9, part A, on the diagram sketch the graph of y equal to sin x for 0 degree to 360 degree. Now we take some values of x, 0, 90, 180, 270, and 360. Now the sin x at 0 degree is 0, 90 degree is 1, 180 degree is 0, 270 degree is minus 1, and is 0. Now we mark the points. You can take this value from calculator, sin x 1, 0, minus 1, 0. Now we mark the point 0, 0. For we mentioned the angle on x-axis. This is the 180 degree. The middle value is 90 degree. The middle between 360 to 180 is 270 degree. Now 0 degree to 0 is this point. 90 to 1 is that point. 180 to 0 this point. And 270 to minus 1, this is the point, minus 1. And 360 is 0. Now the graph of this function this is the sin x graph. Okay, now the part B, solve the equation 5 sin x plus 4 equal to 0. We solve it. 5 sin x will be equal to minus 4. Sin x equal to minus 4 over 5. Now we find the acute angle value alpha, that's equal to sine inverse 4 over 5. Now sine inverse 4 over 5, 4 over 5, that's equal to 53.13. 53.13 is the angle. Now you see here the angle is in the sin x angle is negative. The negative angle in which quadrant? You can see here this in the second, in the third quadrant, and the fourth quadrant. The sign value is negative. In the third quadrant, the angle theta will be equal to 180 plus alpha. This is alpha. Now if you find the theta, this angle will be 180 plus alpha. Now we write it 180 plus 53.13 degrees. Same as in the fourth quadrant, the angle is theta will be equal to 360 minus alpha. Now we write it 360 minus 53.13. The answer is 180 minus plus 180 plus 53.13, that's equal to 233.13. Next angle is 360 degree minus 53.13. The answer is 306.8. 306.87. So you can say 306.9. And this is the answer, 233 and 306.9. Now go to the next question. And this theta angle we see here, I did not describe, I described here. Now this is the angle alpha. Then the theta will be, this angle will be theta, and that is 360 minus alpha. Okay. Now in the next question, question 10, part A, the length of the side of triangle are 11.4, 14.8 centimeters, 15.7 centimeters, all correct to one decimal place. Now calculate the upper bound of the perimeter of the triangle. Now here the length of the triangle is given. First length is shows that L1 is 11.4 centimeters, and that is correct to one decimal place, means 0, 1, we take one decimal place. To divide 1 is divided by 2, we get 0.5, therefore plus minus 0.5 centimeter. And same as L2 length will be 14.8 plus minus 0.5 centimeter. L3 length will be equal to 15.7 plus minus 0.5 centimeter. Now we have to upper bound value, upper bound of the perimeter of triangle. Perimeter of triangle is equal to sum of all lengths L1 plus L2 plus L3. Now we have to upper bound value, therefore if perimeter is upper bound value, and in addition rule, to find the upper bound value, we take the upper bound value of all these values, all these variables, upper bound. Okay, now the length, first length is 11.4 plus 0.5, that is equal to 11.45 centimeter. 14.8 plus 0.5, 14.85 centimeter. 15.7 plus 0.5, 15.75 centimeter. Now we add it. You see here, when we add 11.45 plus 11.85 plus 15.75, the answer is 14.2005, 14.05 centimeter is the answer. Now 42.05 is the answer. Now part B. In the part B, the diagram shows a circle radius of 15.6 centimeters. The angle of minus sector is 150 degree. Calculate the area of the minus sector. The area of the minus sector formula is the theta over 360 multiply pi r square. It's very simple. We put value here 150 degree over 360 multiply 3.142 pi value, and the r is 15.6 square. Now the answer is Now 150 multiply 3.142 multiply 15.6 square, that is square. Now divided by 360 degrees, that value is 318.59. 318.59. Now we take this value is 318.6 centimeter square. 300, when we take the PSF value, this is the 319 centimeter square. Part C, the diagram shows a circle radius half centimeter, minor sector angles x degree. The perimeter of major sector is 3 times the perimeter of minor sector. Show that x equal to 90 into pi minus 2 over 5. Now the perimeter of major sector is 3 times the perimeter of minor sector. It means perimeter of major sector and the perimeter of minor sector. The major sector is 3 times the minor sector. It means when we want to equalize both sectors, we multiply it by 3, the minor sector, we get the perimeter of major sector. Now the perimeter of major sector, this is the major sector. You see here, this angle is x degree. The angle will be 360 minus x. Okay, we can write it as this is the major sector and this angle is 360 minus x. Okay, now we calculate the perimeter of major sector. Firstly, the perimeter of major sector will be equal to arc length, major arc length, you can say major, plus radius, 2 times radius, and same as here, 3 times perimeter of minor sector, minor arc length, minor arc length, plus 2r. Major arc length will be equal to theta over, theta is 360 minus x, 360 minus x over 360 degree into 2 pi r plus 2r is written as it is, and same as the minor sector, minor arc length, this is the minor arc length angle x degree. Now write it x degree over 360 degree multiply 2 pi r plus 2r. Now we simplify it, that is equal to 180, and now we multiplied it, 3x into pi r over 180 plus 6r. Here 360 2 pi r over 360 minus x into 2 pi r. Now, firstly we simplify it. Here we can divide it by 360 by 2. Now we get 360 minus pi r minus into pi r minus x pi r over 180, and this is 180. Now we shift plus 2r from right side to left side to right side. Now minus 2r. Now the x values, these are the x terms. Now we write it 3x pi r over 180 minus plus x pi r over 180. Now 6r plus minus 2r 4r, we shift here. That is equal to 2. This is 2 pi r. And that is minus 4r. Now we get 180 equal to 3x pi r plus x pi r. Okay. Now we get 2 r is taken as a common. We get pi minus 2. Now 2r is common. We get pi minus 2. And same as here, we take now 3x pi r plus x pi r. It becomes 4x pi r over 180. Now 2r into pi minus 2. Now we divide it, so that's 45. When we cross multiply, we get 90r equal to pi minus 2 into x pi r. R will be cancelled. The x will be equal to 90 into pi minus 2 over pi. Now we have to prove 90 pi minus 2 over pi, and this is the result of x. Okay, now we go to the next question. Question 11, part A. 9m 40m equal to 205 over 2. Find two possible values of m. Here, this is the column vector given, and the column vector we can write it as A, B. That means when we take a magnitude, that value will be equal to A square plus B square square root. Okay, now 9m, it becomes 9m whole square plus 40m whole square, and that's the square root equal to 205 over 2. Now we take square on both sides, we get 9m whole square plus 40m whole square equal to 205 over 2 whole square. And square root will be cancelled by square. We get 81m square plus 1600m square equal to 205 over 2 whole square, and that is equal to 1600 m square, 1681 m square equal to 205 over 2 whole square. Now 1 m square will be equal to 205 over 2 whole square divided by 1681. Now we calculate it. Here 205 whole square divided by 1621, that's equal to 24 over 4. Okay, 25 over 4. 25 over 4, that's equal to 25 over 4. Now m square, then m will be equal, when now m will be equal to, we take square root on both sides, 25 over 4, the value is plus minus, that it would become plus minus 5 over 2, and that is equal to plus minus 2.5. Or 2.5 minus 2.5 is the answer. In the next part B, where OABC is a parallelogram, OA equal to A, OC equal to C, P is the point on CB, such that CP ratio PB equal to 3:1. Find in terms of A or C in their simplest form AC. We have to find length AC. Now you know the formula of AC is OC minus OA. You can write the vector AC OC minus OA. Now here is OC is position vector is C and OA position vector is A. Therefore AC equal to C minus A. The next part CP. We have to find CP. This is CP. Now you see here the ratio between CP, our PB, is equal to 3:1. Now PB can be written as PB can be written as CP minus CB minus CP. Now PB can be written as CB minus CP. CB is, we know it is equal to OA and OA is A. Now we can write it as A minus CP. And we substitute the value here. CP over PB, A minus CP. That's equal to 3 over 1. CP will be equal to 3 into A minus CP, and that's equal to 3A, CP equal to 3A minus 3CP, and that is equal to 4CP. Now we shift from left right to left side. That's equal to 3A. Now CP will be equal to 3 over 4A. We write it 3 over 4A. So mark this line. This vector OP will be equal to OC plus CP. OC plus CP. Now OC plus CP, here OC is, that's for OC, C, small c, position vector, in CP we already find 3 over 4 A, therefore we get 4C plus 3A over 4 is 9. Now in part second, OP and AB are expanded to meet Q. Find the position vector of Q. Now we expand the OP. I expanded it here. Okay. Now AB expanded. Both meet at the point Q. Now we see here the triangle OCP and triangle QBP is similar. Triangle OCP is similar to QPP. Now you see here the angle, where triangle CPO, the angle CPO is equal to the angle CPO is equal to BPQ. BPQ. The reason is these are the ver- vertical opposite angles. Vertical opposite angle. And in the next you see here the angle OCP is equal to angle QBP. QBP. Why? Because both lines are parallel to each other and these are the alternate angles. Okay. Now these are the alternate angles of parallel lines. When two triangles are similar, the corresponding ratio will be equal. The OC. Now you see here the OC over QB will be equal to CP over BP is equal to OP over QP. C is equal to C and QB we can write it as minus BQ, and CP is, you see here, is 3 and BP we can write it minus PB and minus minus will be cancelled. 3 over BQ equal to 3 over PB is 1. If we write BP, then we will write here minus 1. Now I convert into PB, it becomes negative BP equal to minus PB. Okay. Now we multiplied it. C equal to 3BQ. Now BQ will be equal to 1 over 3. Now AQ will be, we have to find the position vector Q. OQ will be equal to OA plus AB plus BQ. O is A, AB is C, and BQ is 1 over 3C. Therefore, A plus 4 over 3C. This is the position vector in this term.